We're at Connected TV Summit 2013, where I'm speaking with Renaud de Cazotte, who's the Director of Media and Content Development at Altran. Hello, Renaud.
Hello.
Now, you're an innovation company, and you do consulting, systems integration, even operations and maintenance and user interface. And you work right across the media sector with the different players. So from that position, can you tell us how you think this market will evolve during the digital connected era?
Yes, certainly. So I think there are 4 dimensions that we can look at. First of all, the players, and when we look at the players, we can say that now the over-the-top players are well established, which was not exactly the case a few years ago. Now when you look at YouTube or Netflix impressive numbers, there is definitely, it's definitely for sure they will stay for long in that field. The other thing that we see as well is that the pay TV or the traditional players, I would say, are also looking into over-the-top services and developing very fast, accelerating programs to deliver over-the-top content as well. That doesn't mean that they're not competing against each other. I think competition is still very, very strong. So that's the first dimension. The second dimension that I see is the technology. The technology, you see multiple choices of platforms, and the complexity is becoming greater and greater with emergence of new software, middleware services that are triggered by the customer demands for more interactivity. So this is a second dimension that is accelerating. The third dimension that I see is more on the consumer usage. It is true that the consumer takes control now of the TV program and is not going to give it back. So that implies many aspects in the value chains and impacts both the content providers, the service providers, the platform providers, and this is interesting to follow and to see. And lastly, but not the least, is the business models. I think what we are seeing more and more now is that the internet business model is now entering big time into the TV market, which is as well creating some kind of challenges.
Now your customers include Telefonica, Canal Plus, Alcatel Lucent. So you're engaged deeply with some of the key players in this market. And from your sort of internal understanding or the intelligence within your company and your conversations that you have with people, I mean, what would you say are the big challenges and opportunities now moving ahead?
I think it all sum up in one challenge, which is the consumer loyalty for the service providers. And that means different aspects. Number one, the quality of service, quality of experience for the consumer. I call it the 5S. The service needs to be seamless, simple, secure, smart, and sexy, I would say. Second aspect I see as a challenge is the lack of monetization. And this is still a big issue. Lack of monetization as well as content protections that are tightly linked together. And this is due probably to the fact that we're still lacking a lot of measurement tools, analytics tools in order to monetize the content and in order to attract the advertising business even more into that market. Lastly, I think that increased network, there is an increased network complexity that I was mentioning before. When you speak about multi-screen, that means multi-devices, and that means multi-DRM. When you speak about multi-screen, you speak about multi-formats, multi-transcoding possibilities. When you speak about multi-screen, you speak about multi-delivery possibilities, and that means multi-CDN as well to tackle with. So that's a big challenge as well for the industry, and behind this lies the idea of standardization and all the initiatives that are taking place in different broadcasting technologies.
Yeah, it's a very complex and increasingly competitive market as well, and obviously very dynamic. So, I mean, what would you say are the key factors for success now for any organisation within the media market?
I think number one is to bring to the consumer what they want. This is the basic, I would say, the basic point that I would mention. And today what we see, and according to all the analysts or studies that are available today, they want more social aspects into the services. They want more interactivity. They want more help to search content. And that's probably some areas where all the industries, and for sure actually all the industries is investing a lot. The second success factor is about interoperability. I think this is absolutely key. Speaking about technologies, we need to have open source technologies, open platforms, because this will help and ease the integration work. It will ease the operation work, the maintenance work, and I would say even more, it will ease the upgrade work to be done on those platforms. So openness is probably one key success factor for that industry. And lastly, I think it's about revenues, it's about money, it's about virtuous business models. And what is aimed at is to find a balanced business models between all the actors of the value chains, from the content providers, the aggregators, the service providers, and the consumer. And all this needs to be virtuous and well balanced, I would say.
Okay, and you've got a very big dedicated team for media. I mean, why are you as a company so interested in the TV market?
Well, as innovation makers, we are in Altran always at the heart of innovation in all the industries that we cover. And that includes obviously the media sector and in particular the connected TV. Altran has been engaged since many years in that market. To give you an example, we've been launching together with France Télévisions the first HBB TV interactive services back in 2008. So that's a while ago. For that industry, it means almost a prehistorical world. Second, as innovation maker as well, we bring innovation to our key customers, and those customers are the tier 1 TV service providers across Europe, such as I was mentioning France Télévisions, but as well Canal Plus, and you name it, but as well to IPTV players with whom we are working a lot, as well as consumer electronic world with whom we are working as well a lot. So this is absolutely key. And those aspect on innovation includes areas such as social TV, visual recognitions, synchronization of screens, and these are areas where Altran's teams are working heavily, not alone, but together with an ecosystem of technology partners who are supporting our strategy in that field in order to make solutions that will fit our customer needs, definitely.
Okay, well, it's an interesting market to be in, and you're obviously very deep into it, so thanks very much for giving us your time and talking about it today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.